Here's a lovely song. There have been lots of covers of this over the years, including a particularly atrocious version by Elvis, but I'm going to focus on the Roberta Flack version, which is in the very guitar-friendly key of C, and it has a sedate, slow feel, 4 beats to the bar, but I'm going to choose a picking pattern that reflects that, and it's going to go like this. That's all I'm going to do, and we're picking half beats, so quavers or eighths, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So the whole pattern, that's twice in 1 bar of 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. What I'm doing is this, I'm putting my 3 picking fingers on the top 3 strings, first finger on the 3rd string, second finger on the 2nd string, 3rd finger on the top string. And then my thumb is going to pick whatever the bass note is. So for instance, for a C chord, it's going to be like this. Thumb on the 5th string, first finger is going to pick the 3rd string, and then I'm going to pick the 2 top strings together before returning back to the 3rd string, like this. So if we look at the intro, we've got a bar of C and then half a bar each of D minor and G, and that just repeats. Thumb on the 5th string for C, coming up to the 4th string for D minor, down to the 6th string for the G, and then we're into the verse. Okay, so the verse is a fairly long, rambling affair. It's not particularly difficult, it just goes on for a little while. And in common with many songs, this is slightly high for me and slightly low for me at the same time. So I'm going to switch octaves as I sing, never mind. We kick off then with a bar of D minor, a bar of G7 and 2 bars of C. The first time ever I saw your face. Okay, now we get down to A minor. So to get to A minor, I'm actually going to transition by playing what's called a passing bass note. As I finish the C chord, I'm going to play a note on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, that's B. You can hear on the Roberta Flack version, actually the double bass does this. And that's going to step down to the A minor. Ever I saw your face, I thought the sun. That's 2 bars of A minor, then E minor for 1. Rolls in your eyes to F, 2 bars of F, and C for a 1 bar. And the moon and the stars to G7 were the C gifts you gave to B flat, into the dark 2 bars, and the endless skies back to C for 2 bars. Okay, so we had an A minor for 2 bars, E minor for 1, 2 bars of F, then it's a single bar of C and G7, 2 bars of C, 2 bars of B flat, and then 2 bars of C. And just one little point, in the melody on the G7, there's actually an E, so we get, and the moon and the stars, that note E interferes with that note that's at the top string of the guitar. And the stars, that's kind of nasty. So you might rethink that G7 chord. And what I'm doing is removing the first finger from the top string and placing that, because I'm going to need that finger somewhere else. That note, I should say. I'm going to put a little finger on the 3rd fret of the 4th string, a slightly unusual version. That's now G7 with that little finger playing an F on the 4th string instead of that top string. It's now there. You see this shape with Bob Dylan a lot, for instance. But what it does mean is I've now got an open top string for the G7, which makes us a G13 or a G713. And the moon and the stars were the gifts you could tell, you're probably going to have to fish around, because actually in the picking pattern that I've given you, you're never going to play that 4th string. So maybe you pick that with a thumb instead, or use one of your picking fingers to hit that. But that's just a little detail that's going to help you. It certainly helps me to pitch that note, and it means that that G7 isn't going to clash with the note in the melody. All right, let's see if I can get through the whole of the verse in whatever octave suits me at the moment. Here we go. First time ever I saw your face, I thought the sun rose in your eyes, and the moon and the stars were the gifts you gave. Into the dark and the endless skies. Okay, that's the whole thing. That goes around 3 times, and the final time we come to this extended outro section, which is 2 bars of D minor, 2 bars of G7, where incidentally we can play that version of G7 again, and then we just alternate between C and B flat until we finish. And so it goes like this. The first time ever I saw your face, your face, your face, B flat, up to see your face, and that's it.